Welcome. Come on in. Take a seat. It's time we had the big conversation about your next move. Your performance at the F2 Championships last year got you a lot of attention from the Formula One teams. Some of it more positive than others. I'm not so concerned with who does or doesn't like you. You'll have plenty of time to win the doubters over. But I am concerned with our choices. They're narrowing as we haven't shown commitment to anyone. Now, as your agent, my advice is to make your decision now. We can worry about comfort and finer points further down the line. I need you to review these. You've earned every single one of these proposals. So take your time, have a read through, and don't get too hung up on specifics. Let's get you a Formula One seat.
Hello there everybody. So you may remember I shot the F2 part of the F1 2019 career mode and never really followed through. Well, this is me following through, and the team I am going to drive for is... Well, you can see me hovering over it. It's pretty obvious where I'm going. It's Haas F1, and I'm going to accept the contract that is given, and for my teammate, it's a no-brainer. We are going for Kevin Magnussen over Grosjean.
Excellent choice. From my conversations with them, they're going to be very excited to pursue this opportunity with you. I'll let them know our intentions immediately. I'll have to clean up some final details with them, but that's what you pay me for. Other than that, congratulations. You've earned it.
It has been so long since I've played this particular game, so I'm having to get used to it all over again. But yes, there I am, in the black Haas, and I kind of thought that was the most gorgeous of all the Haases over the seasons, and I am driving it for the 2019 campaign.
To kick off today's qualifying here in Melbourne, it's the Australian Grand Prix. The competition is certainly heating up as we head into today's qualifying. Some impressive times showing up during the previous practice sessions. Anthony Davidson, do you think we can expect a similar level of skill to be showcased during today's qualifier?
So the plan is to stay with Haas and make them a World Constructors Champion and take a Drivers' Championship with them and upgrade the car into making it as such. But first off, we have to start right from the beginning, and that is where we started. So you may remember we met some characters in the F2 segment, one of which was Lucas Weber, who was very kind and humble, the other of which was less as such, and I think I had some pretty unkind things to say about him. But, yeah, where did they go? Well, Lucas Weber got a McLaren seat, but Devon Butler, well, he got a Red Bull seat. I'm not really surprised, though, to be honest, because given Devon's attitude, I think Red Bull is always the place he was going to end up. But I'm surprised he didn't end up at Toro Rosso first, but it is what it is. Anyway, we're in qualifying, we're trying to get through the first part, and we have done that. Magnussen, though, marginally quicker than us there by a couple attempts, so I think there is pace improvement to be found from us. However, Q2 was started and it's very damp, so I only really have one lap to make it count, and look how much I'm struggling for grip. I think just getting to the end of this lap and getting a time on the board might be the best way forward here, and I'm definitely pushing to try and do that as we now come to this right-hander. I'm pushing just a little bit too hard, round it goes, into the wall it goes, and that for me is the end of qualifying, as the rain is only getting heavier. So, unfortunately for us, that is where our qualifying ends, and it's going to be P16.
New drivers, new cars, it's a new Formula One season. But it's the same Albert Park that we've come to know and love for more than 2 decades now that plays host to round 1 of a 21-race championship that takes us from here in Australia across the globe and the eventual season finale at the Yas Island circuit in Abu Dhabi. We're a stone's throw from the enormous Port Phillip Bay for today's race at the 3.3-mile Albert Park circuit. It's a bumpy racing surface here, and the 16 corners could prove especially difficult in the wet conditions. Watch out for a safety car at some point during the Grand Prix. Once again, Anthony Davidson joins me for the race today, and it's a race where anything can happen as the rain is falling, grip and visibility is lacking. Could be something of a lottery out there, Ant.
Well, that's right. There's always an added element of unpredictability when there's standing water on the circuit. But one thing that might help him with the grip is a new softer compound full wet and intermediate tyre that Pirelli have developed for certain circuits. We'll be seeing these new tyres for the first time today, yet another unknown on an already unpredictable day.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Butler, Valtteri Bottas, and Verstappen, Hulkenberg, Gasly, Weber, and Kevin Magnussen, Ricciardo, Perez, Kimi Raikkonen, and Kvyat, Joker, Norris, Antonio Giovinazzi, and Lance Stroll, Kubica, and George Russell ends our grid lineup. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Sorry, make that P15. I'm too used to the My Team career on F1 2021. But it's lights out and away we go here in Melbourne. And it's a decent start, but Lando Norris has just got the jump on us. And the second phase of the start just hasn't gone well. Look at Stroll going complete send into one. And I've just been ever so careful. But as a result, we have fallen down to stone dead last here. And that is really not the start we wanted going into this race. But, oh, Kubica there. Pretty much stopped on the line. So we had to go round him. But we have gone round him. We've gained a place. We're going to try and gain another one on Giovinazzi. But the curb really not giving us any room to do so there. So P19 it is at the moment. With only Robert Kubica behind us. Antonio Giovinazzi just in front of us. It is very damp and it is very slippery. But apparently, over the course of the next 10 or so laps, it is going to dry up. And I'm hoping it dries up soon. And you can see us now right behind Giovinazzi trying to gain P18. Giovinazzi going very defensive there. And we're going to take the dive and get the move done. But we have gone a little bit wide on the exit. P18 then. At the end of lap 1, so we have gained 2 places after losing 5. And next up is Lance Stroll. Grip in these conditions is so hard to find, and I forgot how challenging the wet on this particular game was. Look at Giovinazzi then trying to go around the outside. We're going to hold the inside line though, and we're going to keep the Italian behind us. And wow, we're having to fight it out that aggressively over P18. It is not a great start to this race at all. I'm hoping this one comes to us a bit more. Right, what's going on in front of us? That Stroll is having a look at someone. I think that's Russell. Stroll's got his line run. We're going to try and take to the outside, but there's nowhere to go there. And we've gone straight into George Russell, trying to take avoiding action of Stroll. And that just hasn't worked out for us at all. And you see there, George, well, I don't think either of us did anything particularly wrong there. I was trying to avoid Stroll, and I just misjudged where Russell was going to be. Bit of a racing incident, but you see me there, look, trying to go down the left. That wasn't going to work. And Stroll just looking at us both thinking, what are you two doing? Well, Stroll's now trying to go around my outside. I've got him covered, and I think that's Ricciardo that's holding this lot up in the Renault. And I think Ricciardo's also got damage like me, because I took damage going straight into George Russell there. So both of us have damage. And now Stroll's having a look up my inside. I'm trying to cover him, and I'm also trying to watch what these guys are doing. Down the inside of Russell, I try to go. It's not worked because I broke so late going down the inside of Russell and Norris. Stroll's now gained a few positions out of it. I went into Ricciardo, and I now have further wing damage. So once again, misjudging the brakes and misjudging what the AI are doing. And as a result, I do think it's time to try and maybe change the wing, but no, I'm staying out for another lap. But however, that lap went so badly wrong, I decided to pit. And that is us, stone dead last, with so much work to do in this race. That is a very frustrating start.
Up to speed
and,
now.
You know,
Let's get some heat into those tyres.
It's just where I've misjudged things that it's just caused it to go wrong for me. Meanwhile, Lando Norris is out of the race with an engine issue, and Williams has just gone straight into him. So there's going to be debris everywhere on top of Norris's stranded car. And that is a safety car, so that has saved my race entirely. And you know what, given we've had a safety car, I've decided to make a gamble before everyone else pits and go on to the medium tyre because it has just stopped raining. And even though the track is going to be quite slippy for the first couple of laps, if I stick with it, this is going to reward me. So the safety car, well and truly saving my bacon here. But look, everyone is pitting as soon as the safety car comes in. So the AI have made a huge boo-boo on that front because look at us. Look at how many positions we've gained. And the only cars ahead of us are those that are still on intermediate tyres. So that's not worked out for them at all, but that's really worked out for us. And we have moved straight to the front of the field. So from a race that was looking like there was no hope left in it, suddenly this has opened itself up brilliantly to us as we have a look at Giovinazzi, who's not really going to be able to fight us off, to be honest, with him being on inters on a dry track. Although he is having a look at maybe trying to go around the outside of the chicane, but we're going to have the line, we're going to have the traction advantage. No sense in trying that one, Italian Jesus. Right, into the pits go the rest of the AI, and you know what? Into the race lead we go. I can't believe I'm saying those words. 5 laps after it all looked hopeless, here we are leading the Grand Prix. That is extraordinary, but it just shows in Formula 1 how quickly things can change. You can see the cars just in the background in the pits, but here we are leading the Grand Prix. Although we now have Vettel and Hamilton closing down on us like wildfire because they're on the soft tyres, we're on the mediums, and their pace advantage is going to be massive. We have just set the fastest lap of a 1:35, but I'm pretty confident that when Vettel crosses the line, yeah, Hamilton's done a 1:32. So 2.5 seconds worth of advantage they have. Meanwhile, what's this? What's Giovinazzi doing there? I think he's pulling out of the race. So that is Antonio Giovinazzi out and being a general nuisance, I think, at one part. And the safety car, for a second time today, is out. And at this stage, I'm thinking, I'm going to make my final stop of the race. Even if I do lose track position, it will come back to me later. So into the pits I come. New set of medium tyres. We are now going to the end of the race on this set of tyres. And like I said, even though it may not be the absolute correct thing now, and we have lost track position, the AI are all on softs, meaning they will all pit again. So this is still advantage us as far as I'm concerned, as the race now resumes after they cleared up Giovinazzi's car. Next up is Max Verstappen in the Red Bull, although it's pretty tough to catch him given that they are all on soft tyres, so we're just having to take a bit longer to get these mediums back up to temperature. But here we are now on Max Verstappen. We are actually... Oh, I'm going to back out of that one. I am not going to do what I did on F1 2018 and just go straight on that corner. No, we are going to be patient, and we are going to find our way past him patiently. Is he going to pit this lap? No, he is not. Leclerc is in, though, as are a few others, and that's allowed Verstappen a bit of breathing space, and that's allowed him to floor it, so getting past Max is going to be that little bit harder now, as we move up into P8 through the first runners pitting, but I'm pretty confident the rest are going to follow suit soon. And here we are a lap later. We're not quite clear of Verstappen yet, and he's being held up by Devon Butler, and he's got Butler's got Bottas behind him. But Max Verstappen, we're pretty sure we're going to clear down the inside here. Max doesn't really fight that one off at all. In fact, I don't give him the option to. And Bottas now pits, and that's Devon Butler dead ahead of me, and you can see there Butler's just got past Daniel Kvyat now. And we are right on Kvyat's tail. Kvyat, though, aggressively defending that one. He is not letting me go at all. And this is holding me back because now Vettel was pitted. He's going to be flying again on brand new soft tyres. So Sebastian Vettel is going to be super quick. So we want to get this done as soon as we humanly can. Kvyat defending quite aggressively, but we've got the line and we've learned our lessons from F1 2018.
Nice work,
Up
Fabricio,
into
on the
P2 we
place.
go. Devon Butler is next. He is leading the way, but he eventually makes his stop. So now we are back in the race lead on lap 21. And we've got several seconds of a gap. So it's pretty much back to where it was several laps ago before the safety car came out. And we had a somewhat comfortable lead. And the safety car's out again!
We need to form
The
up at a
safety
reduced
car
pace.
is out again because Robert Kubica's out of the race. What's happened to him? Right, we're riding on board with Kubica. There's a Red Bull recovering there, and Kubica's gone straight into him. And Gasly, I think, has also gone straight into that. And round he's gone. That's a very strange incident. You see there, Gasly just clatters the Williams. There's Devon Butler recovering. He's going to get smashed by by Robert Kubica. But now you see, with just a few laps to go and the sun's starting to poke through, we are leading behind the safety car. But now Lewis Hamilton is right on my tail. The safety car has brought these guys all on my tail now. And I am just trying to back them up so I can launch it off the line. Do a Verstappen style launch and just go. And are we going to be able to leave them for chips around the last corner? No, Lewis is right there. And Sebastian Vettel in P3. Right, we got 6 laps to hold on for a race win. This is maximum pressure at its highest as we try and hold on. Inevitably, they would have caught me anyway, I think. But the safety car has sped that along and has brought the rest of the field with it as well. So I'm now covering down the inside. Here comes Lewis Hamilton round the outside there, but we've got him covered. We've got him covered. Lewis will have to back out of that one. And now Sebastian Vettel trying to get involved. Lewis nudges him wide. Not coming through there, sunshine, says Lewis. And now another lap finishes. It's the end of lap 24. There will be 5 to go. This is proving very tricky, but we're now trying to cover Lewis Hamilton. And Lewis has got it done. Look how much traction advantage he had out of the final corner. We weren't able to hold him back. Hamilton now leads the way on his fresh soft tyres. The traction advantage is real here. There's Vettel and there's Hulkenberg lurking in the wings. And Vettel aggressively trying to have a look there. But now Hulkenberg's going to keep him busy. Nico Hulkenberg spying a Formula 1 podium here. Is he going to get past Sebastian Vettel? No, he is not. Vettel holds the place. And Hulkenberg still thinking of trying to get onto a podium for the first time in his career. Right, here comes Vettel again down the inside. I've gone to cover. But Vettel again with the traction advantage. Like with Lewis Hamilton. And trying to go around the outside because Vettel locked up there. But Vettel just ran me out of road and showed me there was nowhere to go. Here comes Nico Hulkenberg down the inside. I was going to try and cover him off and help Magnussen out, but Hulkenberg was already alongside. He now goes around the outside of the left-hander. I'm trying to stay alongside as we go around the right. Not possible. Hulkenberg gets the position. Magnussen is now fighting Perez. And one thing I can clearly see right now is that K-Mag is so much quicker than me. So if he can get ahead of Perez and he gets right behind me, I'm going to let him through and let him have a crack at Hulkenberg because he is clearly faster at this stage. Here comes Sergio Perez. He's now going to the outside. We're going to cover the inside line. And Perez, well, no way to go there. Perez is covered. And now Magnussen has cleared him, so we're going to let Kevin Magnussen through because he is clearly faster than me at this stage of the race. We're going to let him through and let him have a crack at Nico Hulkenberg if he can. And although he's lost a little bit of time fighting off Perez, given that he's on better soft tyres and we are on very old medium tyres and have been on since lap 14, Magnussen will have the much better chance at getting after Hulkenberg. So I thought, let him through, play the team game. But 4th and 5th, if we can hold on to this as a team result, that's fantastic. And I'm going to stay in Magnussen's DRS as long as I can to fight off Sergio Perez. But Perez having a look round the outside in the racing point, but we've got him covered there again. That's twice he's tried that move there, and twice it's not worked out. Right, we are now on the last lap, and the sun is bursting down on this Albert Park circuit, but it is not going to be enough for Sergio Perez. He will get one further chance. The race leaders have long gone, and Magnussen, I don't think, has caught Hulkenberg. So believe it or not, Nico Hulkenberg is actually going to get on the podium here. Perez has one final look, but I shut that straight down. And now Perez, I don't think, is going to get another chance. He is going to try around the outside here, but again, covering the inside is all I need to do. Charles Leclerc is right behind him. Lewis Hamilton wins the race then, and he was much quicker than us in the closing stages, so I don't think we'd have been able to hold him off. But it's going to be P4 and P5 for Haas, with me securing P5. That's still a great result, and Nico Hulkenberg makes a Formula 1 podium. How about that?
That's it for another Grand Prix and a fantastic win for Mercedes. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, they played the safety car to absolute perfection. There are so many factors to worry about once the race is neutralised. I mean, do you pit for fresh rubber? Do you have the space behind you? How much fuel can you save? If you answer all of those questions correctly, you'll have a good chance. And that's exactly what happened today.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes. Let's see what effect this result has
Well,
had
that was a
on the
bizarre
driver's
race, wasn't it?
standings.
There
Lewis
was
Hamilton
one
takes
point
the
where
lead
it
of the
looked like
Drivers'
all hope
Championship.
was lost for
So,
us, and we
Anthony
were
Davidson,
going to
which you
finish
rank
well
as your
outside
driver
of the
day?
points.
I have to give it to
Then
Joker.
the safety
There was a
car
lot going
came
on
out,
all
and
down the
then
field.
we played a
They were the only
blinder with
ones
the
who I
strategy
really felt
twice.
maximised their potential.
Let's move
It
on to
wasn't
the
enough to get the
constructors.
race win
Mercedes
because
moved to the
A,
top of the table.
it was
Well,
Mercedes
Anthony,
we were
it's
going
been
up
another
against, and
fantastic
B, they
weekend
had
of racing.
much
Thanks to everyone
much
who
better
joined us,
tyres than us.
and
But
we'll
Lewis
see you for the
Hamilton
next one.
wins and gets the fastest lap. Sebastian Vettel gets second. Nico Hulkenberg is on a Formula 1 podium, and then it's Kevin Magnussen in fourth, and I was in fifth. I still feel like I did the right thing in letting Magnussen through, however, and giving him that chance to get after Hulkenberg. I feel like that was a great team decision there. So it's a 4 and 5 for Haas, with Perez, Leclerc, Bottas, Weber and Verstappen rounding out the points. And in the constructors, that places Haas in third, just ahead of Renault, and Red Bull only securing the 1 point here, so not the start they'd want to the campaign. Well, thank you for watching. Please leave a like and hit the subscribe button if you're new and you want to see more content from me. Until the next time, I've been Joe, TTFN guys, ta-ta for now.